Hello, Troy Broussard here from Membrant and IS Mastery, where you may have heard of me. You know, wow, where do I start when I talk about Tom Beal? Now, the first thing you have to understand is I've been working with Tom for years at this point. In fact, I'm not even quite sure how many. But many, many years ago, I met Tom when he was working with Rich Schefren at Strategic Profits and started engaging with him. And then through the process of speaking on multiple stages together, we formed a really good relationship. And then I started working with him and doing private coaching with him several years back. Now, what you've got to understand is that I've been around this industry for a while. I've built a couple of multiple seven-figure companies in online marketing, and I understand the game, and I understand the coaching game as well. I understand how it works, and I've kind of fallen victim to several different coaching experiences. And I don't like that word. In fact, I'm going to rephrase that because I don't ever consider myself a victim. I made conscious decisions and they just didn't pan out the way that I thought they were going to. And that's just the way this goes. Any type of investment that you do, you always take on some risk. And I'd made some coaching investments in the past that didn't pan out really the way that I thought they should or the way that I expected them to. And so when I started working with Tom and considered working with him, honestly, I was pretty apprehensive because I had just come off of a coaching relationship that just hadn't worked out well at all. Now, I still got immense value from that relationship, and every person I've ever invested with, I found a way to get a lot out of that for myself. But it doesn't mean that they all lived up to the expectation, right? Now, I can tell you that none of the mentors and coaches that I've worked with have I ever stayed beyond the first term other than Tom. And with Tom, I've worked with him for several years now. And the reason is quite simply that Tom delivers and he cares. And honestly, that's what it comes down to, is those two factors. He delivers on his word, he delivers on helping in the business, and he actually cares about you and your business and your end results. Like, building a working relationship with Tom is the most valuable thing that I've done in the past, decade of all the people that I've worked with. And the reason is that, once Tom gets to know you and know how he can help you and how he can serve your business, then as it's appropriate, he opens up his Rolodex. And I really emphasize as it's appropriate because Tom's not just going to introduce you to everybody just because, he can. He's very strategic about it. And he'll tell you, I've got somebody that's a really good fit for what you're doing, but you're not quite there. We need to get you to this thing and get over this little hurdle, and then I'll be happy to make that introduction. And Tom and I have had that conversation, two or three times over the past few years of people that was a strategic introduction that he wanted to make, but it wasn't quite ready. And then others, where the fit was perfect right then and there, has been phenomenal. I truly don't even know the value of how many hundreds of thousands that Tom has added into my businesses. But I can tell you off the top of my head, I know 2+ clients that are over $50,000 in lifetime value that came as a referral from Tom. And another one that is at 35 and yet another one at 30. So, just right off the top of my head, there's like 165,000 in revenue that I can directly attribute to working with Tom, that I wouldn't have met those people. I wouldn't have made those relationships. One of my 6-figure retainer clients came from Tom. So, this choice that you face right now of should you work with him, should you not? Do you want to consider it? Do you not want to consider it? Let me tell you, get on the phone, go through the application process. It may be rigorous. It may not be. I don't know. I have been with Tom so long now, I don't recall what the process was. What I can tell you is that it's worth whatever it takes to go through that process, because on the other side of that, if you should be lucky enough to work with Tom, if he has some availability, then I can tell you without a doubt, it's single-handedly is the best investment I've made in my business in the last 10 years. So I couldn't recommend Tom any higher. I hope that you take the time to invest in yourself and in your own business and, reach out and schedule a call and talk with him. All right. Take care. Troy Broussard, Membrant.com. Hopefully this was helpful for you.